Imagine a frozen traveler from deep space suddenly dives into our solar system. It's older than the sun, faster than anything bound to us, and glows in strange ways. Some say it could be even alien technology. But here's the question. How do we know what's real and what's just hype? That's where critical thinking comes in. Stick with me until the end because I'll show you how a lack of critical thinking once cost dozens of people their lives. A comet is just ice, dust, and rock left over from the formation of a planetary system. Here are the inner planets that we all know and love in our neighborhood, the solar system. Most comets we've seen also belong to this family, but we don't see them often because they have very wide orbits. When they do come around, the heat from our sun causes the ice on the comet to vaporize, creating a glowing halo called the coma and a streaming tail. This visitor is called 3I Atlas. The I stands for interstellar, from outside our solar system. The 3 means it's only the third object we've ever seen coming from deep space. Speaking of visitors, we'd love to have you a frequent visitor to this channel. Click on our logo in the bottom right corner to subscribe. An atlas is in honor of the telescope in Chile that first spotted it. The other 2 interstellar comets we've seen were Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. Here's the wild part. 3I Atlas could be 7 billion years old, older than anything in our solar system. That would make it the most ancient object we've ever encountered. Harvard's Avi Loeb has already suggested that 3I Atlas's brightness and its close approach to Mars and Jupiter, that maybe it's something more.
Its brightness, if there is no dust, then 20 kilometers in diameter. The alternative is that it didn't move on a random trajectory. The trajectory was targeting the inner solar system, meaning that perhaps it was designed by some intelligence, but it's a technological object.
Not so fast. Hubble showed a few weeks later that the nucleus could be 3.3 miles across or just 1,000 feet, wrapped in a teardrop-shaped cocoon of dust. And targeting the inner solar system? 3I Atlas will be 18 million miles from Mars at its closest. That's 75 times further than the Moon is from Earth. And Jupiter will be even further away. Doesn't sound very targeted to me. The James Webb Telescope picked up unusual amounts of carbon dioxide, which might just mean this comet formed under more radiation than the ones in our solar system. Strange? Yes. Alien? Not yet. This is only the third interstellar object we've seen, so there's a lot to learn. 3I Atlas could be only 1,000 feet wide or up to 3 miles. We'll see when we get more data. What is critical thinking? It's not about being a skeptic of everything. It's asking, what do we actually know? What are the other possible explanations? Am I letting my bias lead me in the wrong direction? It means taking the facts, analyzing them, and testing your own assumptions. That's exactly what we need when scientists or the internet start throwing around the alien card. Remember Oumuamua's discovery in 2017? It looked like a cigar-shaped rock, and as it slingshotted around the sun, it made a weird course correction. Avi Loeb immediately declared, alien tech.
That in fact the object exhibited an excess push. Oh, wait a second. Is it an asteroid? No, but it behaves like a comet. But it doesn't look like a comet. It's super weird. Perhaps this is a light sail.
But scientists kept digging. The boring truth? Oumuamua contained amorphous ice, a super frozen version of ice. The cosmic radiation that it exposed to could do this and also separate some hydrogen from the ice inside. When Oumuamua got close to the sun, the warming caused the release of the trapped hydrogen, giving it a tiny rocket boost. No aliens required. But here's the thing. Loeb's claim made headlines. The actual solution barely did. Why? Because boring science doesn't sell. But it's the science that solves mysteries and propels discoveries. Most of us would like it to be aliens, way more fun. But that's not the way science works. And if you use critical thinking, it's not the way you should tackle these kinds of questions. As we'll see at the end, without critical thought, you can run into serious consequences in your life. Imagine you come home and find your kitchen floor is wet. Would you immediately think, clearly someone broke into my house and poured water on the floor, then left? It's tempting to reach for an exotic explanation. It feels dramatic and exciting. But the best practice is to start with the most probable causes first, before leaping to the least likely ones. So is 3i Atlas alien tech? Almost certainly not. Could it be? Sure, if we rule out every other natural explanation first. And so far, we've got plenty of natural ones to consider. How do we know it's interstellar? Speed. Anything in our solar system is trapped by the sun's gravity. Even at Jupiter's orbit where 3i Atlas was discovered, the fastest possible speed for local objects is about 44,000 miles per hour. Anything moving faster would have escaped a long time ago. 3i Atlas? It's screaming in at 135,000 miles an hour. That's 3 times too fast to be local. There's no doubt about it. It came from beyond our solar system. 3i Atlas's steep trajectory suggests it came from the Milky Way's thick disk, a region of very old stars near the center. It was ejected from another star system and has been drifting through space for billions of years until it crossed paths with us. Are we in danger? No. 3i Atlas's closest approach to Earth will be 150 million miles on October 29. It's taking a quick tour of the inner solar system before leaving us, and we will never see it again. Critical thinking is how we keep ourselves from chasing the wrong answer, from being scammed, from falling into fear or false hope. It's how science moves forward. It's how we move forward. How can you sharpen your critical thinking? Start with questions. What do I know? How do I know it? What's the evidence? What are the alternatives? And always check your own bias. Am I believing this because it excites me or because it's true? So check out new sources to see how they stack up against what you think now. Science combats this natural human tendency by not relying on a single source or study. Instead, overwhelming volume of evidence is needed before an idea is accepted by the scientific community. And it can take time for this to happen. For instance, Gregor Mendel's breakthrough theory of genetics was published in 1866, but not widely accepted until the 1930s, 70 years later. Now for that tragic story I promised. In November of 1996, an amateur astronomer took an image of the newly discovered comet Hale-Bopp, which showed a fuzzy, slightly elongated shape nearby. UFO enthusiasts latched onto the photo claiming a spaceship was hitching a ride. Astronomers quickly explained it was just a background star. But some didn't think critically. On March 26, 1997, comet Hale-Bopp blazed across the night sky. The Heaven's Gate cult believed the spaceship was real. They believed suicide would beam them aboard. 29 people died. That's the extreme cost of abandoning critical thought. So the next time you see a headline screaming about alien comets, pause. Ask the questions. Use your mind like a detective, because the universe is already full of wonders. No aliens required. If you want to know more about how scientists think, check out this video.